For the betterment of mankind, I am doing this. I swear to God, I don't want to, but this is my third attempt at my second part. The first attempt was fail because YouTube failed again. The second was because I just got so aggravated I stopped. And now I'm going to do it because I care about humanity. So here we go. Not my sanity, but humanity. So humanity trumps sanity. Anyway, so basically I was trying to say that the individualized property, even if it is a monopoly on the use of force based on property rights, but that doesn't necessarily make it legitimate necessarily. It could, but it doesn't necessarily. I'm not equating that to a nation state or anything like that. It's nothing on that sort. And honestly, if these were more decentralized, individualized states, if that's what they are, then it'd be much better, obviously. But the question is, if this became a norm, if this became a cultural norm or a widely accepted thing that people could initiate force on the pretense of property rights, and if a community of people did this and, you know, all selected land that they could all, you know, maybe use or labor with or use or occupy, or, you know, it is a community, so maybe the ANCOMs wouldn't mind it. And then they say, well, we own this, we own this land, and I seriously did not see that one coming. We own this land, and, you know, we're going to claim a monopoly on the use of force to protect it or prevent people from occupying it or using it or claiming it collectively or whatever. Would that be legitimate or not? So if property itself isn't legitimate, then what about collectively owning things or possessing things? Well, that, you know, might work or sound better because everybody has an equal right to it, or an equal de facto or de jure right or privilege to something. But that becomes problematic when somebody claims something just by the mere fact that it exists and you exist, and therefore you should have it instead of somebody else. That's pretty arbitrary. So that may be unfair. I'm just bringing up problems, and again, I don't want to make this a long video, otherwise people aren't going to come to the second part, which I think is pretty important. Because I'm talking about collective rights, and then now I want to talk about mutualist stuff, use and occupancy. So if we base things more on use and occupancy, well, just like there's no standard of labor that you have to mix the land with for it to be yours, there's no standard for which how much or you know, how long you have to use and occupy something for it to be yours, or whether, you know, you just possess it or it's yours. And even if it's only possessions, then how do you, it's sort of still property, but not in the same way as a Lockean principle. What would you know, you would still claim a use on the monopoly on the use of violence to defend your possession. So basically all I'm saying is that there are flaws with all these systems of property, which is, although, you know, just like Skinner, I'm not going to explain my position on property, which is pretty vague. And, you know, I think use and occupancy is the most practical thing, but I don't know if it were. I think it might be the most practical thing, but I'm not even sure of that, and that's not my solid position. So just like Skinner, at the end of his talks on freedom in the state, I'm going to leave you saying that I'm not going to give you my position either. So neener, neener, neener. Anyway, that's it, and damn YouTube, man. Can't live with it, can't live without it. Well, I mean, it could live without it. Anyway, thanks for paying attention and keeping up with this shit. Appreciate it. Bye.